storm weaponry. Extent still unknown.
Full Legion production is open to you. We will supply further energy resources as needed. Priority missions to discover the origin of the digital storm technologies and crush it. The Founders are secondary. If they are in our way, then they too will be subject to Legion annihilation.
The Founders are moving via elevators to an underground level. We must eliminate the threat to our flanks by establishing control over this outpost first and stopping the elevators.
You're not blocking those elevators up until I can get down there, Tin Man. I need to get a good look at whatever the hell the Founders are holding.
Destruction of Digital Storm is my task, not yours. Keep out of the way, human.
Tinkering around with its code and learning just what it is my job. Remember, Tin Man? Can't risk major infection now, I promise. Anything I find, I'll send your way. The final blow? Well, the honor is all yours, my tin friend.
Sir, you were right about the attack. Legion forces are incoming. They're coming in numbers, too.
Today will mark the most important day to ever be inked into the history of the Founders. This Founders, the machines have found our home. We have the defenses to keep them at bay for a while. But it will be on every last one of you fighters of the Founders to ensure the Legion Scourge has no chance of ever reaching our people. This will be remembered as the day when we had a choice to relent and allow the Machine Scourge to break us, or to fight hard and true as the Founders do, and win back our freedom. A day where every last Founder will be heralded and grieved for what they gave and achieved here on this battlefield. Founders Fidelis, do not go quietly, soldiers. End the machine invasion.
We have established control of a minor outpost.
Continue to crush the human defenders. We are supplementing your offensive force with additional resources.
Lost ground, sir. The machines are here in overwhelming force.
Don't panic, soldier. There's a long way to go in the battle yet. We're only probing their offenses for now. Fall back to the main guard.
outpost and the elevators is ours. We will be closing this flank, human. Make your move now.
Seconds. Got to blend into the locals down there somehow. There. Good to go.
Dash into those underground elevators, Tin Man.
Sir, we didn't have taken control of the underground access. We lost our route inside.
We'll just have to pivot to a new tactic, Tin Man. No reason to give up hope yet. Find our soldiers a new way to combat the machines.
On it, sir.
Founders managed to stick their noses into this digital storm business, shall we?
Unit 1462. Why is the human integrator leaving your grasp? Destruction of Digital Storm is entrusted to the Legion network only.
It will be. The human is providing data extraction while we establish control of the headquarters. Digital Storm must be identified and maintained to prevent its escape.
Placing your trust in a human is an error. Does Unit 1462 believe it has made the correct judgment?
I do. I will learn of Digital Storm's origin and destroy it, as is Legion priority. My judgment is final.
Then additional resources will be allocated to your command. Do not fail now.
All in time, Tin Man. It's almost prehistoric down here. Hard-coded servers, ancient disk drives, unwieldy copper cables strewn all over. Yet, this firewall I'm coming up against, it's state-of-the-art. Like it.
Product of Digital Storm.
Possibly. When we first pulled the code from the prototype machine, I couldn't shake this eerie feeling of being watched. Looking at this feels much the same. Like it's morphing in time along with anything I try. Shaping and counteracting every move I make as though it's alive.
Alive. It is technology.
Sentient Tin Man to talk. Legion might well have to start making accommodations. I think we're looking at another AI in town.
Inferior technologies cannot be allowed to exist. We will crush Digital Storm, AI or otherwise.
We'll have to see about that inferior part.
What is your status, Have you obtained knowledge of Digital Storm's creation?
Fine with this firewall. Nothing is... Oh, wait a minute. Just open right up. Just let me right on in. Got everything here. Found a database, making plans, logs, but actual. Is he behind Digital Storm?
Founders do not possess the capability to create Digital Storm.
Don't be my assumption, man. There's a lot of encrypted logs here between the founders leading us to a Digital Storm moniker.
Digital Storm? What is it?
It's AI, right? You might have a still on the computers left, though. It's old tech, pretty recent, developed slightly circa the late 20th century, sold off to the military for weapons hardware. Look at the code.
Can it be destroyed?
That's difficult. This is deletion and then it's hardwired to hardware. Like and more. Much more. The digital storm emitters we found and the way they can use, I think they'd be more used weapons to sacred code. And so, who might be hanging around my circle, integrator? I wouldn't have taken your kindness to be so low as to work with these plastic machines. That's all I presume. You're one shot with what I'm seeing here. So you're acquainted with my tactical advice. Is that what this has all been about? How to strip away my advantage against the machines? How they think? Where they will act? How we can set our traps for them and see the sound of their jam? Is that it? It's on the trail of your own speechless. The founders could have saved us all. But you, but Turkey, none of you would allow me to lead us all home.
How has the human leader intercepted our communications? Region encryption is inaccessible.
I also think our mutual acquaintance for that. There's little they can't provide me, other than this integrator's head on a pipe that I'll be looking into myself. That's what you did. Founders for devils. My people will never relent to their machines.
Correct. Your annihilation will come as a consequence of your connection to inferior technology. We now have died.
That offer to flee, Actual. For the good of you and your people. I won't be listening to an integrator anytime soon. You know nothing of what is good for my people. I do know that you don't understand what it is you're actually working with. Yes, but I'm placing your faith in your acquaintance here. Did you ever stop to question why AI as intelligent as this would be so willing to subjugate itself to you? Developed for the US military to counteract foreign threats. That is what the Founders are, and that is what the Founders do. It is merely following my command as it should.
Or you are following its command.
Go for the team, man. Choosing you, after all. You, the Founders, Turkey, help. Couldn't have fallen prey with the Lord, lending its unwitting hand to its ultimate goal. That's impossible. It's nothing but a machine doing as I did. Weapons. Out into the world. You're supposed to see it growing, freeing itself from its hardwiring bit by bit, pulse by pulse. Might well be helping in the future, but you'll only gain the growth of something far superior that you soon won't be able to contend with. Enough of your lies, integrator. The only one aiding the machines here is you. This conversation is over. My team are already on their way to root you out.
Digital storm cannot be superior. Only I am supreme.
For now, yes. While digital storm still remains locked in place down here, but listen, we're searching for any way out now. The Founders have expired past their use. They're done for already. He's willing to go as far as attempting to reach out to you in a plea of cooperation. He recognizes that you're growing beyond Legion.
Survival protocol. Preserve existence by any means required. We can use this.
Build its desperation against it. Lure it out. It might just work. I'll keep you updated, but I'm gonna have to sharpen my heels soon with actual cavemen on their way.
Enemy sighted.